as we get into arati, as we worship Bhagwat, this embodiment of Mahavishnu. Put your hands together. Dear Lord, by your grace, we have been doing various chapters of this holy text. And as we get set to do it again, may you please bless my intellect, may you please bless my ability to assimilate and to understand what is about to come. May you allow blessings to flow. May you hear my prayer tonight at a very individual level. And may you help me with the hindrances and problems that I face in my family, in my job, wherever there is an issue. Lord Vishnu, you are the problem solver. And you say, in our earlier discourse, you said that there's nothing too hard for you to give your devotee. Please help me to be a better devotee tonight. Sajam cha varti sanyuktam grahina yojitam mayam deepam grihana devesham trailokya timirapaham. जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है शांति। Everybody, let's sing together. ये मुक्ति पंथ ये पंचम वेद निराला, नव ज्योति जगाने वाला।
ये अमर ग्रंथ ये मुक्ति पंथ ये पंचम वेद निराला, नव ज्योति जगाने वाला। हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही, हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही, जग के मंगल की आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती, जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत पापों को मिटाने वाला, हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला।
ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत शापों को मिटाने वाला, हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला।
है सुख करनी है दुख हरनी,
है सुख करनी है दुख हरनी, ये मधुसूदन की आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती, जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
ये मधुर बोल जग फंद खोल सन मार्ग दिखाने वाला, बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला।
ये मधुर बोल जग बंद खोल संग मार्ग दिखाने वाला, बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला। श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही, श्री की महिमा की आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय जय भागवत भगवान की आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती। दुर्गे जय जय माँ। दुर्गे जय जय माँ। दुर्गे माँ दुर्गे। दुर्गे जय जय माँ। दुर्गे माँ दुर्गे। दुर्गे
जम्बे माँ।
करुणा सागर माँ। करुणा सागर माँ। कालिका पालिनी माँ। कालिका पालिनी माँ। जगदोधायिनी माँ। जगदोधायिनी माँ। महाअम्बे जय जय माँ। महाअम्बे जय जय माँ। दुर्गे 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 जय जय माँ। दुर्गे 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 जय जय माँ। दुर्गे माँ दुर्गे। दुर्गे जय जय माँ। दुर्गे माँ दुर्गे। दुर्गे जय जय माँ। दुर्गे 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 जय जय माँ। दुर्गे 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 जय जय माँ। महाशक्ति जय जय माँ।
महाशक्ति जय जय माँ।
महाअम्बे जय जय माँ।
महाअम्बे जय जय माँ।
महाकाली जय जय माँ।
महाकाली जय जय माँ।
दुर्गे 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 जय जय माँ। दुर्गे 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 जय जय माँ। महादेवी जय जय माँ। महादेवी जय जय माँ।
Om Gajananam Bhutaganasevitam Kapeta Jumbo
फलचारभक्षितम्
Umasutam Sho
अविनाशकारकम्
Namami Viganeshwara.
पारपङ्कजम्।
Mother, at this time we're offering shami leaves on all our murtis. Mom, may you accept the prayer, the offerings of your children. Tonight, as we are going to hear the prayer of our mother, may you please hear the prayer of all gathered, those physically here, those looking on. Mom, may you accept this offering and may you bless us with your protection, with your grace. Together, everybody, we came to pray. Let's pray together. Sarvamangalam Shive Sarvartha Sharanye
त्रयम्बिके गौरी
Narayani
नमोस्तुते।
Gurur Brahma
गुरुर्विष्णु
Gurur Devo
महेश्वरा
Gurur Sakshat
परं ब्रह्मा
Tasmai Shri
गुरुवे नमः।
Om Namah Shivaya. Everybody.
ॐ नमः शिवाय।
Om Namah Shivaya.
ॐ
we are growing in the Bhagwat Dharma, we have learned about the power of this 12 syllable prayer. Bless me, God, as I'm about to learn more, as I walk towards Krishna. Bless me to be ready so that His discourse will purify my record. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Together, everybody. Om
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. Devotees, please have your seat. Cordial welcome to all of you. Special welcome to Guruji, Swami Sadashivananda Saraswati Maharaj, and your family. It is a pleasure to host you and to have you. Pandit Devchand, Sitaram, on behalf of all. I don't know where Pandit Sunil is. Pandit Sunil and Pandit Varun. Properly, step. Earlier today we did in our lunchtime session Gajendra Katha, and we have been touching on the different examples of people that use Bhagwat Dharma, Lord Vishnu's worship, belief, and how it works, how this type of prayer works for a person. But like we heard in the Prahalad discourse, it has to be done right. Too often, Ved-Vyas created Bhagwat to break Vedic knowledge into a simpler format, using, like what we would say, actors, like a television show, to enact the teachings of the Ved now through the faces, like we would call Pandava, Kaurava, different episodes, different people. So, in Bhagwat, Raja Parikshit puts gold, puts the gambling den, puts the prostitute house to be this place where, the repository where Kali Yuga will live. And he's painted as this hero. He's a very upright, very straightforward person. But he puts on the crown. And this gold crown causes this person to do something very stupid. And he disrespects Shringi Rishi, his guru. And even then Guruji understands that it was a mistake. But his son gives him a shrap that 7 days from now, you see that snake you hook around my father's neck, a dead snake? A snake is going to bite you and you'll die. Guruji wants to help his son. And they said that we are going to use the format, the book. My father wrote, Ved-Vyas wrote this text called Bhagwat. And we are going to use it, and you are going to listen to it just by listening, practicing Shravanam, a person will become purified. When the sin, the karma is no longer there, the punishment, the hostility that your soul experiences in what we call Narak or hell, that's gone. So for this 7 days, 3 times a day, that method, that format was created to purify Parikshit. Parikshit is the grandson of Arjuna. And when now people sit down and they listen to the discourse and they understand the way to do it, the way to practice, the way to execute what is being described in the text. For example, when we were doing Prahalad discourse, there were so many details that I guess we don't pay attention to. What we do, we say, you know what? There was a guy, he hates his son, he tried to burn his son, so we end up with Bhagwat. But if you look at what the father was doing, Sam Dam Dhan Bhed, he's trying to coax this child. It begins with him holding Prahalad and his other brothers, Alahadad and others, on his lap. But Prahalad had the blessing that in the belly, Narad Muni is giving the teachings of Lord Vishnu. So that one day when the child is born, the son will become a problem, a thorn in the side of the father. Because they were afraid if the boy becomes just like the father, he will be unstoppable. And when he goes and he calls Narsingh and Narsingh comes, we discussed at length how a person could use Narsingh worship. For those of you that go to the Hare Krishna temple and you have experience with them, when they worship Narsingh Baba, maybe people see the worship, we see like in the Panchmukh Hanuman, we see the face, the figure, but we don't know how could I, when I worship that form, what change, what benefit, what protection could that form bring to me? So as a Hindu, yes, I believe in my God, but I don't know what he or she is there for. We were talking a lot about why we bow, why we touch the earth, why we use the Lotantarya with the metal conductor that we do as we are trying to fill our body with this electrical energy. Tonight, we are entering into Skand 8, chapter 15. And in it, another discourse dealing with Prahalad. This one dealing with his grandson, Bali. Before we go into it, put your hands together as we do a few verses of the Sumiran, as we ask God to bless your body, bless your ability to absorb the Bhagwat that is about to disseminate. Depending on a person's karma, so their brain, their interpretation, their memory, so they will understand. So the person could read one thing, but in the audience, you have 10-year-old, you have 50-year-old, you have middle-aged people, and they all will listen to the same thing but walk away with a different understanding. Dear Lord, give me the karma, give me the ability to learn something tonight. Redhi Sedhi Datta Sedhi Sadana Vadana Vadana Sumiro Madana Kadana Gilal Go Ganapati Kripa Nidhan Jnana Kani Ananda Bhavana Dehu Mohi Vardhan
Varino Bhasha Bhagwat
Jai Shiva Ananda Kanda Bhutanatha Bhaubhaya Harana Bhakti Vishaya Nirvan
Gauravarana Mangala Karana
Jai 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 Jagadisha Sevat Shesha Mahesha Jam
Mahimamita Beva Veda Veda Janat Rahe
Redhi Sedhi Data Sedhi Sadana Varana Varana Sumiro Varambar
Madan Gadan Ki Lal Ko
Sumiro Varambar Madana Kadana Ke Lal Ko Vishnu Bhagwan Ki Jai. In this section of Bhagwat, Prahalad has now become a grandfather. His son, Vidochan, And then from Virochan, we have Bali. Bali is this person that practices the art of prayer, but uses prayer, just like Ravan, just like others, to conquer, to gain. And whilst he's conquering, those people that are worshipping Lord Vishnu, those people that are practicing sattvic ways of life, they are being subjugated to pain and pressure, because he wants to convert everybody to their ways and their side, their way of thinking. As we enter, Sukdev Goswami is explaining to Raja Parikshit the inners of the story of Raja Bali and why Vaman had to take shape, why Vaman had to take form. Let's join together as we enter into this section. Jai Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam,
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 Jai Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam,
Jai Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam,
Parajit Shravanye Subhesh Ashya Pito Hindra Ye Rajan Brigura Ye Jivat Sarvatma Ye Janutam Jaya Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam,
Jai Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam,
Jaya Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam,
Jai Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam,
Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam,
Jai Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam,
Tato Rata Kunja Nata Nadvijaye Hrindaye Tam Vijayate Sankalpyatam Vaichan Vijaparaje Jaya Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam,
Jai Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam,
Jaya Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam,
Jai Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam,
Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam,
Jai Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam,
Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam,
Jai Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam.
Vishnu Bhagwan ki Jai. So let me clarify a couple of things first. Commonly when people are discussing this discourse with the dwarf form of Lord Vishnu, another incarnation of Mahavishnu, long before Sri Ram and Krishna walked the earth, he did come as a dwarf. This is after Narsingh. This is after Varaha. But sometimes people, as Hindus, we end up in a little conflict with this discourse. Because in South India, they worship Bali. They don't look at him as a bad guy. Where he was living, his people, who he's responsible for, they flourish. They look at the other aspect. Just as if we listen to Ravan's version of Ramayana, who is the hero and who is the aggressor? In different texts, it is written differently. In some cases, Bali is looked at as a person who is cheated, to be fair. Because what he did was, like any other person, he's a Kshatri, and he has a kingdom, and he wants to fight people that are attacking him. He defends his boundary. He uses prayer to push back those people that are aggressing him. So, in the beginning of chapter 15, Raja Parikshit wants to know, where does this episode come from? What is the history of this thing? And he says that coming from the family of Prahalad, Virochan, the father of Bali, had died, and Prahalad is integral at the upbringing of Bali. Bali is told that he would lead the charge and become the new commander of the army. One day to sit on the throne and all that. Take the army and extend your reaches. So, with the guidance of the Guru, he learns mantra, he learns different arts of prayer. There is a type of prayer called Vishwajit. Vishwajit is a type of mantra and procedure that is selective. It is used by Kshatri to bless the blade. When you hear people say, when that cutlass come out, it doesn't satisfy until it get a little blood or something like that. It must cut something. It is along that type of line, this type of prayer is purposed for. There is prayer for exams, there is prayer for health, there is mantra for happiness and peace in your home, but there's also prayer for people who protect the typical man, let's say a police, an army person, and they want to make sure that when they call their weapon, when they call upon this ammunition, it fires, it doesn't misfire. So it does not cause their downfall, but the person they are trying to admonish, the threat must be stopped. For this reason, you would see people, just as we bless the tabla and we bless the keyboard, in a different moment, Hindus would bless truthfully the gun, the weapon, the sword, etc. Nowadays, it's quite common. You see the Dolaha going to buy clothes, and you just see them standing up now with their sword, and they're posing with this sword that comes in with their clothes. Just they don't use it. But it is there for protection. That in case anybody come to harm or hinder or fight, like how long time it used to have fight and wedding, you can't do it. In this way, Bali sets out to do this prayers that he's praying for weapons, and when the weapon come, it must be potent. Prahlad chants the mantra, and this grandson listens, and he's offering again the sweet rice where it is boiled in milk, not water, and this type of offering, very rich, causes I offer sweet things, karma, in simple explanation, to get sweet times. He wants to be successful. He wants to have what he desires. So with proper prayer, eloquent language, he recites his mantras, and he talks why and what he wants. You and me might say, well, dear God, I'm doing this Havan to be happy, and anything you want to give me, I'll take it. But this fella says, I want a bow, I want arrows, I want a chariot, I want a sank. When I blow it, the enemy must get frightened, break their will. So when I sound the charge to fight, before the fight start, they're already ready to run. And one after the other, from the Hawan gun, it was like a delivery service now. Everything is coming. Anytime he prays, this person is able to gain potent weapons. And in this way, everything that he's wearing, the body, the armor that he has, is blessed with the kavach of different forms of Brahma, different forms of Shiva. So it seems as if he's impervious and nothing cannot penetrate him, nothing cannot break him. And one day he sets his eyes on the city of Indra. He wants everything that they have. He wants all their courtyard, their houses, their wealth, the females, their animals, everything that they have must be his. After beating the earth, imagine, after conquering all the continents, after doing all that he could do, now he sets his eyes on that, what belongs to the Devatas now. And this is where he starts to punish and to harm in a way that he was not doing before. Prior to this, he would conquer land and say, well, I am now your leader, pay me the tax. So he wouldn't kill the people because he wants money. But now he wants to harm and hinder the Devatas, bludgeon, beat them, chain them, tie them under water, and leave them there. And when it became so overwhelming, this is where the mother of the Devatas, Aditi, became involved. She could not see them suffering. She could not, for nothing, she was perturbed. Let's hear what happens. You know, we were talking about the different sons, the different sons of Brahma that created life. Aditi is married to that same Kashyap, and she brought all the devatas into existence. Let's hear what happens when Kashyap comes home and he realizes something is wrong. The behavior is off. Let's hear what happens. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samhita Namastasye Namastasye
Namastasye Namo Namah Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samskrita
Ekada Kasyapye Yati Asramye Bhagwatye Nagat Nirum Atmano Nira Nandanaye Samdamge Tirayate
Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samskrita
Namastasye Namastasye
Namastasye Namo Namah Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samskrita.
Guruji says Kashyap Muni is very involved in prayers, and he doesn't make much time for the household lifestyle and life. He's very withdrawn, very distant, focused on the creative process. But when it comes to Aditi, he reads her body language very good. Realizing she's perturbed and she's worried, the paleness, something is wrong. And he comes very calm. And he says, Devi, is something happening in this house? Did some guests come to this house and insult somebody or turn back or say something? No. Is something causing you to be anxious? Did somebody threaten this house? Did the fire, the Havan that is burning here perpetually, did it out? No. What is going on? What is wrong? And he started to question her, continues to question her. Nothing is wrong with the fire. Nothing is wrong with the guests. Nothing is wrong with the servants and the helpers, the family by and large. No beggar came and got nothing. No other purpose. There's nothing wrong. It has to be your children. It has to be your children causing your worries right now. He says, when we were making the different forms of life, it is true that this thing called woman, this thing called wife, this thing called mother is truly different. Because you absorb the pain, you absorb the trouble, you see it and feel it before you could even deal with it. Another person like myself, I am the father. I could remain very objective. I could remain very strong and steadfast. But I don't know what is causing this. But this transformation, this unhappiness is not of your doing. You didn't do anything to regret, to feel ashamed, to have bad karma, to get physical pain. None of it is yours. But I bet you it's your children. Let's hear what she said. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samskrita
Namastasye 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 Namo Namah Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samskrita
Tasya Madesha Bhajantya Me Shriram Putra Putriye Yatam Havisha Mangal Yeswe Pali Pahi Pahi Nahe Prabhu Ya protect me, protect your children. You're correct. It is bothering me in a way that I don't know how to deal with it. You know, it's so fun. We go to school to learn maths. You go to school to learn how to drive. Who does teach your mother? What school it is go? To learn to love, to care, to worry, to forgive. When you put it on paper, it look like plenty this lady is be thinking. But who does teach you that? Because tomorrow you'll get back strong, the problem fixed, you recover, you recuperate, you cook your roti as normal, you go again, and then somebody will bring some trouble again, and you will deal with it, you will digest it, you will take the trouble, you will give the advice, worry in the night, cannot sleep, and go again and solve the problem. Get up, and it is like you are perpetually in a fight. Who does teach you that? Look, a pundit sit down here and he's learning all kind of prayers now how to get arrow and bow. But who teaches the woman how to win that fight? That your child, whether daughter or son, in their marriage, in their job, in their business, with their money, their children give in trouble. But it is your worries. It starts in your heart and your mind. Because when your children are lazy and they say, me I want to go buy no doctor and a psychiatrist. Why going there for? Pundit. How that going to help me? The mother, let me just pretend, grandmother. That one will say, listen to me, shut up. Fix it. This is the solution. And she finds, she calls, she will talk, she will get advice from everybody. Deva Mariche Putra Sharire Prajapati Atav Manoharaye Putri Nath Dosha Prabhuye Tavyayati
Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rumena Samskrita Namastasya
children worked hard and fought hard, and they attained different positions in the heavenly region. They became the god of this, the guardian devta of this direction or that place, that element. They all gained greatness. But now they are under attack from this Danav, this person called Bali, and all our offspring are running, scampering, losing fame, luster, their position. It is as if all of them at the same time, they are being robbed. How could I, being a mother, sit and know that my children are in trouble? How could I sit and expect, how could you expect me to take that and be normal and smile and be rosy? My body is under some form of pressure. I cannot answer where it is coming from, but my body is trembling. A rage, a anger, a heat is raising up inside of me because they are in pain, but I am feeling it. You are the Lord and the master of this house, but you are not paying attention to your children. But pay attention to me now. Guide me how to pray to bring about the destruction of those people that would see my children suffer, that would see my children cry, that will drag them. I cannot leave this undone. The father listening, less emotional. He's not reacting the same way. Are you sure you're emotional right now? Are you sure you want to do this? Lord Vishnu is the one who answers the prayer of the woman. When they did not do anything to aggress or to interfere, they're innocent and somebody attacks them. There is prayer, like when we were talking about the Narayan Kavach. We pray to Lord Vishnu where you are calling on him, not Chalisa, This type of prayer, you're asking him to sit on my chest, on my left side, my right side, as armor. The word kavach means armor. And I do not want to be attacked, affected in spiritual, physical, hormonal, mental, in any way. Do not allow anybody to attack me whilst this kavach is on my body. Shield me, God, from that. She says, you made all the prayer. You know the prayers. Teach me and I will do it to save my children. My children need help now. She says, instruct me in the mode of worship. Teach me the volume to say it. Teach me the mudra. The mudra in your prayer is very important. That is if you watch Lord, you find the hand is have a different symbol, a sign. It looks strange, but you know about some of it. When you go to wedding and they're doing the hardi and they're putting the chumain with the little grass, and we have little girls that come and they'll be pinching up the boy or the girl. This Maggie then, Maggie. It explains a couple of things we just do. Somebody say, Baba, all the Hindu people are real backward. Eh? All it is eat with all your hand in today's world, but you have one spoon. How come you just eat with your hand? Why is it important to eat with your hand as a Sanatan? This mudra represents Lakshmi. You are conjuring, you are calling Lakshmi to come, sit here, bless in the case of food, bless every morsel that I put in my body. Just like when we were talking about the Anna Prasana Sanskar, where the parent cooked the sweet rice, long story short, in the prayer, and they put the one grain of rice in the child's mouth to bless the mouth, the throat, don't choke, go down the stomach, don't throw up, out the butt, no diarrhea, no constipation, live and live healthy, be normal. In the same way now, the child is growing, the person is growing. God bless every mouthful. Bless my body to get the nutritional content from the food. And let my body stand up. Lakshmi Mata stand up there. So although we have spoon and different utensils for Hawan, we hold to this practice when it comes to food. So in the example of the Hardi now, the person that is going to get married, think what you're doing is a fancy way of asking Lakshmi Mata, take off the bad eye, take off the bad energy, Ongche, Jari, whatever you call it. Please protect the individual. Lakshmi Mata, bless this person. They are preparing their body through bath, through prayer, cleansing rituals to do the sanskar. Bless them when they go there now to be on their best footing so that they must be happy. In the same way, teach me the mudra. Teach me how to fold my foot, because different prayer you're supposed to sit differently. You are supposed to, let me just say, I'm offering, we talked about it the other day, I'm offering Surdine Dar. Surdine Dar, my hand is supposed to be straight, the elbow straight over my head, and you're using the lota to tip forward, facing east. So as the sun is coming and the radiation is hitting me through the medium of the liquid, burn away the polyps in my intestine, the growths in my eyes, the bleeding to the back of the eyeball, the different things with my circulation, which is what he's in control of. Fix my body. I am taking control of my life through my prayer, because now I know when I have diabetes and the diabetes is out of control. People use the Varun Gaitrium Jala Bimbaya Vidmahi, and they give water in charity. I've been press funded, we want to give water in Dan. I don't have the money to do that. I will go in the back when they share the food, let me share the water. I can't afford that, they don't have a press. When the CPEP and the URP people on the road and the sun hot, I want to freeze a bottle with water and I'll give them that. Brother, the place hot, drink a little water. Give water in Dan, and how you give is so you get, when the person's sugar is out of control, it's going up and up, and the medicine seems as if it's not working. The person's foot infected, the water is coming out of their pores. Pray to Varun and you would see the same diabetes starting to normalize and come down. Kidneys and other things that are in trouble start to hold. She says, just like that, in those examples, give me potent prayer so that I as a mother could get the solution, because they are aggressive, they are damaging my children. I prayed for them. You don't know. Remember we were talking how the woman, is a little more sinful than the man. We just to go over. How does God know who to be? The soul go in a woman's body, you go in a man's body, because of the karma. When you look at the lady's body, puberty, marriage, childbirth, how you call it, menopause, for the man, he normal. no pain, no difficulty, but equally father, equally potent, equally developed. No pain, no suffering, but the girl, pain, 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 pain going up the road. No benefit. When she goes through all the pain, for example, in childbirth, she makes the baby. Who gets the blessing when the baby born? Baba, the child born in the hospital is a good time for the father to see. Father go and he meet the eyes, and the father gets the blessing, not the mother. It's a funny thing. So she says, as a woman, you will never know the sacrifice I make. You will never know the pain I went through, physical pain. When the breast nodules are blocked and I had to take bale picker and jarry this portion of my body to feed my children, you didn't know about that. So don't try to understand what I am going through now. It's not one of my children in trouble. It is all my children. Tell me now, quick, don't stick. Don't try to hold back. Tell me how to fix this. I want a very aggressive solution to solve this problem. Let's hear what he explains. Something called Paya or Payo Vrat. Payo Vrat he Falgun Mas Pakshadwadha ye Payo Vrat Acharya Prita Parabhakta ye tam ye nasitya ye to do this vrat is in the month of Falgun, the bright half. Let me say, for we understand, in half of February. In that month, you are going to do worship the former Lord Vishnu, but you have to get some different ingredients. The mud you put in the bedi cannot be normal mud. It must be the mud that pig or boar scuff and scrape. Most people would go in a pig farm and they get the dirt that is dried but not fresh with the animal. They leave an area alone, go there where they weren't pasturing for a little while, go and take up that mud, make your bedi using different type of river water, pond, fresh flowing water. Prepare the bedi, prepare the spot, and you're going to call Lord Vishnu. For every lady here, those of you looking on, please say your prayers for your children. Put your hands together. Because your children, be honest, you make them. But they are under attack from outside sources. Let me say neighbor, trouble, enemy, different people that envy them. Where does Kali Yuga live? In the house with envy. People start to envy and jealous. Why your child had to be happy? Why your child had to pass the exam? Why your child had to be so good looking? Why your child getting married and mine getting married? Why your child getting pregnant? Why your child have the job? Name it, your children in trouble. Then the trouble could come from inside. The girl with your breast, the girl with your ovaries, things growing. Cancer could just show up. You live in as the ripe mango on the tree, but the green mango in trouble. Put your hand together and say your prayers. Put in Lord Vishnu. Your simple shaligram is perfect, or your murti. Namastubhyam Bhagwate Purusha Mahiyase Sarva Bhuyatam Vasudev Vasudev Sahito Yena Namustate Sakalaye. Shivaya Rudraya Namah Shakti Dharayascha Sarva Vidya Pradhan Devta Bhutaya Pataye Namah Om Namo Hiranya Garbhaya Pranaya Jagadhaya Namo Nama Gaumata Vishwadata Rishikeshaya Namastute. Calling on him now in this way, worshiping Vishnu, but you are calling on Hiranyagarbha. Different forms, different names, many names are there, but depending on the purpose of your prayer, when you call on him in the form of Murari, the one who destroys Mura or the difficult to kill type of demon, this is where the mother is praying for that help. And she, for 12 days, could not eat anything. She has to drink milk. People practice this when they are praying, when difficult situations exist, when you have genetic disorder in your family, different forms of schizophrenia, and you are afraid that this thing pass to your child. The mother is the one who has to pray and ask that via this prayer and offerings, you're feeding Lord Vishnu different form of milk. In this prayer it is offered. Yes, you could put cow milk, but you also put goat milk in this. Shrunu pasi pyasam neved shaurya bhavadidayate tata deha sankalpye napar ke aditi bhakta shriyate. For 12 days you will engage in this worship, bathe him, cook things, offer to him. Watch how your mind is when the prayer is going on. We were talking about that yesterday. People do puja, but they don't study. I'm doing the prayer. What is going on in my mind? A simple example. Many people go to God and they will talk to God, but they complain. This bad, that bad. You see how stupid that man is talk? I don't know why I married him for him. But when we were listening to the discourse in that same Prahalad says when you get the opportunity to pray, grow out of that rajas way. And when you get the company of the Lord and the opportunity is there, with the right attitude, a positive, it is an opportunity to pray. The same prayer could yield more. But the part of the prayer we don't check is your thinking, your attitude. And if the person should approach God with a different happiness, gladness, a certain amount of gratitude, the person would be able to yield more out of that prayer. Dear Devi, be careful what you are thinking when you go for this prayer. Sleep on the earth. Do not sleep on any type of cushion, mattress, whatsoever. Make sure you do not dream. When we have 10 days and they tell you sleep on the ground, like these days I sleeping right here on the floor, they do not want you to get REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep, deep sleep. In that deep sleep when you're fasting and you're abstaining from certain things, in your sleep you might dream because you want it. You might dream you're getting whatever you're eating or whatsoever. Do not sleep too comfortable. Get the rest, but don't dream. Bathe 3 times for the day. Do not eat food that have certain types of oil. So during this, you abstain from mustard oil. Be harmless. Be compassionate to all creatures. Devote yourself from the Pratipade to the Trayodasi day. Do not allow the Chaturdasi day to reach. And when you're finished, feed people. Feed who? Young children. Find those children that God gave one eye. Maybe a damaged mental ability. Maybe a hearing problem. Maybe they cannot walk. Go and worship these type of children. Feed them and show them love and compassion. And you will get what you are looking for. This Payovrat, blessed is the person who listens to it. And that woman that is praying for the health, the welfare, the protection, the upliftment of her children, grandchildren, those people that she adopts as children, that you would be able to get it. The person who listens to this when there could be trouble with your children, with your family, the person is able by the blessing of Lord Vishnu, by simply listening to it. In the example of Aditi, be able to overcome it. Where Lord Vishnu becomes the form Adok Saja, the person who could free an individual from the pain, born again, die again, pain, gain children, lose children, gain relationship, lost relationship, that constant cycle. We want to cut out that for the purpose of worshiping Him. When done in this way, in this example of Payovrat, the person has a more stable and calm existence, where less stress, less unhappiness, all these things are possible if done properly. Mahavishnu does take form to this mother at the end of her prayer as she shared the last morsel of food. She fed those children what we call prasad with her hand to each one of their mouth. And in her mind she's saying things like Krishna Arpan, in His name I am giving you this. Dear God, witness what I am doing. Lord Vishnu appeared with the four-handed form and He says, dear lady, what it is you're praying for? And she says, I have children. I prayed for them, I got them, I brought them up, and now they are under attack and they are helpless, and I want them to be protected. May you come and save my children. And He says, the only way I can come is as your child, and I will destroy the enemy. And when He comes in the fullness of a pregnancy, He comes as the dwarf, what is called Vamandev. Vamandev comes as her child. Vindravan Bihari Lala ki jai. Yathad vijayati bhavam hiranya garbhaye chitayate maya rathe dvijati triti phar ye nahi vasam vishwayate. Krishnaya Paramatmaya Namo Namah. Krishnaya Paramatmaya Namo Namah. Vishnu Bhagwan ki jai. Blessed is the parent that is able with focus to utilize things like this Payovrat. Sometimes people, they say they believe in God, but in this example where it lists the steps, the offering of what is Payovrat, it shows that there are more intricate things, more than just, I'm going to fast for 21 days. The knowledge that of your God that is required so that you could get through with what you're praying for, to see the change. It is there. It's just that you have to get the knowledge and then put it to practice. Blessed is the person who could do it. Blessed is the person who sees trouble in their children and they are able, through God and His worship, to help. But sometimes, Babs, I am doing prayers, but I don't see change. If I take a Kafanol for headache, eye pain, foot pain, elbow pain, knee pain, toe pain, then you might say, Babs, you are a real bad doctor, boy. What kind of help that will bring? It have tablet for every ailment. And likewise, in Sanatan Dharma, it have vrat, it have prayers, it have puja. If only you knew how to pray, depending on the problem, you would fix the problems that are facing you. Vindravan Bihari Lala ki jai. Tonight I have my Auntie Patty, who, I don't know if you're up to sing one song. Right, God is good. Before we do that, whilst they are settling on that side, don't know what happened there. I would like to ask, let me one of your cordless tonight. I knew Swamiji, and I have to make sure and write it down. Baba, all respect, I want to get it right. Swami Sada Shivananda Saraswati Maharaj, representing the Shivananda Global Mission. Tonight, he is here with us. Guruji, I would just invite you to give us your blessing as we celebrate a Dig Mass and our Bhagwat. It is a blessing to have you and your parents here together with us tonight. Let's welcome Swamiji to the mic, everybody. Guruji, if you could come right here because of that speaker over your head.
व्यास महाराज, पंडितगण, यज्ञकर्ता, श्रोतागणों, हम प्यारे भक्तजनों, नमो नारायण। ओम सदा शिवा समारंभ शंकराचार्य मध्यमम् अस्मराचार्य पर्यन्तं वन्दे गुरु परंपरा। नमः शिवाय गुरुवे सच्चिदानन्दमूर्तये निष्प्रापञ्चाय शन्ताय निरालम्भेय तेजसे। ॐ नमो भगवते शिवानन्दाय। ॐ नमो भगवते शिवानन्दाय। ॐ नमो भगवते शिवानन्दाय। ॐ नमो भगवते शिवानन्दाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। श्री जगत गुरुदेव शिवानंद महाराज की जय। सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। The moment I arrived, the divinity, the ambience of this holy ashram is indeed welcoming. Panditji, Bhagwat Katha is meant for everyone. And during this time, I'm so very elated to be here with the Sri Krishna Seva Ashram. Also, joining with all of the wonderful members and devotees here and bringing the blessings of Gurudev Swami Shivananda of Rishikesh, India, our organization, the Shivananda Global Missions, also known as the Divine Life Society. Through the blessing and medium of Bhagavad Katha, we have a second chance. You know, many times people say, I don't have a chance. Just by listening to Katha alone, we have 21 sessions. I believe this is the 12th session. And having listened to Vyasadeva, you know, when Panditji sits there, he is not Pandit Keshava, you know, he is Vyasadeva. And as he narrates and expounds so very eloquently Bhagavad Katha, it is the transformation, the abundance of knowledge, the wealth of knowledge that he has to impart to all of us. I'm sure that something out of these 21 days, these 21 sessions, you will be able to apply to your life. And this is the second chance you will be getting. The second chance to ignite that consciousness with God, to merge that Atma with Paramatma, with that Supreme Personality, Bhagwan Sri Krishna Govinda. So devotees, it is indeed a blessing through the invitation of Panditji, Pandit Keshava and his wonderful family at the Sri Krishna Seva Ashram to be here tonight to join in this wonderful session of Bhagavad Katha. Blessings to all of you. Hari Om, Jai Gurudev Shivananda. Pranams, Panditji. Namo Narayana.
Thank you, Guruji. Whilst Havan continues. Eh? Which one? You watch it? You watch it? Such a-
माधवा जय देवा मधुसूदना केशवा माधवा जय देवा मधुसूदना केशवा माधवा जय देवा मधुसूदना नेत्रकमलदल अतीव मनोहर मलदल अतीव मनोहर अन्तर्यामी प्रभु परमेश्वर अन्तर्यामी प्रभु परमेश्वर माया मानुष वेशलीलाधर माया मानुष वेशलीलाधर माया मानुष वेशलीलाधर माया मानुष वेशलीलाधर देवा मधुसूदना जय देवा मधुसूदना केशवा माधवा जय देवा मधुसूदना केशवा माधवा जय देवा मधुसूदना नेत्रकमलदल अतीव मनोहर अन्तर्यामी प्रभु परमेश्वर माया मानुष वेशलीलाधर माया मानुष वेशलीलाधर देवा मधुसूदना जय देवा मधुसूदना जय देवा मधुसूदना केशवा माधवा जय देवा मधुसूदना
प्रेम से बोलो वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय. Let's all stand as we do our closing arti. So this evening we'll pause at the making of Vaman in the morning. We'll continue with the Vaman, what went on with him in the fullest extent of the discourse from Bhagwat. Everybody put your hands together. Dear Lord, thank you for the time. Thank you for the opportunity to sit together with like-minded devotees of God, listening to a section of the discourse that we don't normally get to hear, to understand that in order to get the blessings that sometimes we need in a country, in a world where banditry, skullduggery, robbery is on the rise, and it is like a pestilence against your children and your family. And I feel sometimes lost. I feel sometimes as if I'm helpless. And when you use your prayer for protection and you want to turn to your God with faith and all the different things we've been talking about in all our sessions, this evening it shows that when you're under duress, in this age of Kali Yuga, when bad is apparently, it seems very strong, Lord Vishnu is just waiting there. He's just a step away if we could only make that step. And our Bhagwat Dharma is where you are reminded that if you offer different things and you worship in the correct way, then you're going to get the correct help that we all need. Sajam cha varti sanyuktam rahina yojitam mayam deepam grihana devesham trailokya timirapaham. जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
जय जय
भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत पापों को मिटाने वाला, हरि दर्शन दिखाने वाला। ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत पापों को मिटाने वाला, हरि दर्शन दिखाने वाला। है सुख करनी है दुख हरनी, है सुख करनी है दुख हरनी, Everybody.
पाप से है तारती। जय जय भागवत भगवान की
हे आरती
पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
ओम नमो नारायण हरि ओम नमो नारायण
ओम नमो नारायण हरि ओम नमो नारायण
ओम नमो नारायण
हरि ओम नमो नारायण
ओम नमो नारायण हरि ओम नमो नारायण
ओम नमो नारायण हरि ओम नमो नारायण
ओम नमो नारायण हरि ओम नमो नारायण
ओम नमो नारायण
हरि ओम नमो नारायण
ओम नमो नारायण हरि ओम नमो नारायण
ओम नमो नारायण
ओम नमो नारायण हरि ओम नमो नारायण
हरि ओम नमो नारायण
हरि ओम नमो नारायण
Right where you are. Om Namo Narayana. Hari Om Namo Narayana.
नारायण
Om Namo
नारायण
Narayana.
हरि ओम नमो नारायण
Prabhu, I came and I used my ears and I listened to your glory. By doing that, practicing that type of devotion, Shravanam, I became pure. I used my eyes and I saw your worship. I stood, I saw your arti. I became pure. Dear God, I used my tongue and I developed that type of karma where I sang your name, I chanted your name, if just once. And in doing it, I'll get help. Prabhu, whether I'm here or I'm looking on at my device, each and every person comes, as we were discussing Durvasa Rishi earlier. Everybody comes under test, they come under pressure, they come under some pain. But dear God, help me to be steadfast in my devotion, help me to be steadfast as a person, as a follower of Sanatana Dharma. Help me to remember my faith and my God in moments when really you want to lose your cool and lose all that you are and all that you believe in. Give me the strength to be a better person. In this way, as we conclude this session, dear God, we thank you for everything and the opportunity to do it again. Tvameva Mata. Everybody.
पिता त्वमेव
Tvameva Bandhusha.
सखा त्वमेव
Tvameva Vidya.
द्रविणं त्वमेव
Tvameva Sarva.
मम देव देवा
Tvameva Sarva.
मम देव देवा
Together, everybody. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Prem Suvalo Mahapati Mahadeva ki jai. Pavana Putra Hanuman ki jai. Shri Adi Shakti Mata ki jai. Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. Satya Sanatan Dharma ki jai. Jai Jai. Sitaram. Sitaram, everybody.